as it was.
Oh, how...
Ah. Xanthus Ashes, even though I'm not going to use any of the items she has for them. I'm not going to use any of this either. So get rid of that, get rid of those, get rid of those, get rid of those, get rid of that, get rid of that. You might as well get rid of those. In fact, you might as well get rid of those. You may as well get rid of that. You may as well get rid of those.
Ashen.
Yorm's probably the easiest in Dark Souls 3. Possibly. Once you understand the mechanics, he's pretty easy.
What needs smithing this day?
You've almost thrown your computer across the room after falling from the child slide? Oh my god, that is a rough one. That's a rough part of the game. It's a really big, steep difficulty curve in that game for sure. How many bosses? We are just entering High Lothric. We're going to be going into the Grand Archives next. The only question I really have is, do I want to go into the Grand Archives and face Lothric and Lorien first? Or should I go fight the Nameless King first? And the Ancient Wyvern? But how many bosses? Pretty much every boss up to this point we've fought. Every boss up until High Lothric we have fought. Bosses we have left, without spoiling too much, not counting DLC, we have Lothric and Lorien, the Soul of Cinder, and I believe Nameless King and Ancient Wyvern. I believe it's only 4 bosses left. I believe it's only 4. On a scale of 1 to Stardew Valley, how close do you think you are to finishing this? 9. About a 9. Gotta kick the haunted doors of my house and such. Oh, lock, excuse me. Yeah. Good luck with that. Don't die. Dying is bad. Oh, Magnificent. We will never hate you for having an opinion like that. There are people out there that won't like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley or games like that. Animal Crossing. There's a lot of people out there, surprisingly, that don't like Animal Crossing. But, no. Stardew is... I hope you'll enjoy watching it rather than playing it, just because I love Stardew. And I'm going to make that game really fun, hopefully. Poop and Hoop, welcome in, bud. We need a slab, man. We need a slab, but we need to give him the coal. Give him ye old coal. Nope, that's the wrong button. This is the coal. Here you go.
This is yet, but you're fine.
Pray they be careful. And now we've got everything under the moon. Yeah, we're not going to use it, though. That's for sure.
Be careful.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then touch the dark. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Animal Crossing is incredibly slow. It's very, very, very hard to understand some of the nuances in it. I can totally see why people wouldn't like it. I can totally see it. I love it. I love Animal Crossing. I love many games, actually. Get out of here. Nope. That's not the button I meant to push. Honestly, get out of here. I don't need any of you. You're all done. This is my weapon. This is the state it's going to be in for the rest of the game. I just need a slab. That's all we need.
Then touch the darkness within me.
Dad!
Nourishment from these.
Hi, Dad. Everybody welcome in my Faja. The IRL dad, Daddy-O, Linkage 1963, is my actual father. Give him a warm welcome, will you?
Farewell.
Without him, you wouldn't be watching this, so. Will I play the AC app? Belina, you lost me. AC app, I'm not sure. I have a bone shard? I do! +8. Oh, Grand Archives. All right, here we go. Seeing as nobody said that they wanted me to go to Nameless King first, Archdragon Peak, we'll save that for after Lorien and Lothric. The health bar. The build that I have right now, I need that health. Oh, the mobile Animal Crossing. Then, no, Belina. Unfortunately, no. I will have no interest in it. I will patiently wait until they make an actual new Animal Crossing game. Until then, I may at some point do an Animal Crossing playthrough or Rune Factory playthrough on stream. I'll just have to get everything set up on the PC to be able to do it. Kill this motherfudger. Or at least damage him heavily. Somewhat heavily. Probably not. There we go. I'd like to touch the darkness within her. Honestly, I have a massive crush on this Firekeeper. Which is, to be, non-spoilery, why I hated the ending that I got the first time I played it. Hashtag no spoils. The first time I played through this game, my ending was real bad. And I felt real bad. Dude, get the what are you... Get back here. Yeah, for me, AC is air conditioning. I'm not going to lie. Dafu, you're right on the money there. AC is air conditioning for me. Could you turn the AC on? I'm like, absolutely I can. 100%, 100%. No, the new app isn't out yet, no. Not yet. It's out in Australia. What? I'm gonna have to start yelling at people that are in Australia. I'm gonna have to contact Minu and everybody and yell at you guys. That made him. No, but the summon sign. Tequila Squire. Excuse? I think I know what ending you're talking about. Yeah. It's so rough. It's so rough. And I appreciate you not spoiling it, Laura. I do appreciate that a ton. That ending was not satisfying. I'll say that much. It was not satisfying at all. I was glad to beat the game, but Jesus Christ, did I feel like an absolute worthless human being. Pretty much I got the bad ending, quote unquote. It was a secret ending, but it was a not good ending, we'll say that. I'm honestly the most lost I've ever been in my life. Where am I going? Don't I have to go over here? I'm pretty sure I know what ending. I avoided that ending. A lot of people did, to be fair. A lot of people did. And I don't blame you. There we go. Here we go. Where's Sword Boy? Isn't McSwordy Boy over here somewhere? McSwordington? I'm back with a brand new set of raps. Welcome back, Black Shadow. Doors are closed. Good thing I had some reading books lying around. There you go. Some snacks? Black Shadow, you're gonna have to learn the ways of the hive mind. I require a snack report. What are you eating? I want to know. We all want to know, actually. What's the report? What are you eating? What's you munching on? Snack report, baby. Come on. I told you what my snacks were for the day. I had some Gouda cheese. Mother of Jesus. Culver's, Wendy's, McDonald's, Arby's, potatoes, tomatoes. See, that's a good, solid meme. You want a good meme, that's a good meme. Nom nom nom. Arby's is good. I had Arby's with my dad this last weekend. I don't remember what day it was, to be fair. It was very sad. It was a sad ending. It was a rough ending for sure. We won't be getting that ending this time, though. Depending on how I'm feeling after we finish the game, though, I may show you guys the endings on stream, if you're curious, of course. Possibly play them on stream. What's Culver's? Vlad, you're killing me. Oh. Culver's. It's a Midwest chain that no doubt has the best burgers, the best deep fried cheese curds, might possibly have some of the best fries. Culver's is life. It's a Midwest chain, for sure. Potato chips and some Haribo Kinder Mix. There you go. I'm not mad at that. Ooh, shit. Oh my god. Alice! I'm actually really, like... This is how much we've been talking in Discord, is that I'm actually surprised to see your name is Green, as well as I'm surprised to not see your name as Alicebire. Swordy Boy's back here, isn't he? Oh, he's a javelin boy. What? Get fucked. I saw that your buddy was doing some art. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stop by because I was just about to jump into the collaboration stream we did with Alexa Kid and everybody earlier today. And then... oh, there's our ladder. You motherfucker, get over here. Motherfucker. Yeah, Culver's doesn't have ice cream. Culver's is custard. Delicious, made in-house custard. Same with their burgers, same with their cheese curds, same with their fries. All Midwest produced, Midwest made, just perfectly delicious, always fresh ingredients. Do you kill? Oh! Yeah, it's not frozen custard. It's not even frozen. It's not ice cream, Magnificent. That's completely false. Custard, ice cream, soft serve, sherbet, all different. Even frozen yogurt, they're all different. They always have it different. Custard is not made with high amounts of sugar. It's made with milk and egg instead. Whereas ice cream has no egg in it. Ice cream has no egg, which keeps it at a cold enough temperature to be able to freeze and remain solid when in storage. Whereas custard will never actually freeze. It cannot freeze because it has no... or because it has egg in it. It's thick, it's soupier, it's got more of a air texture to it. It's more like yogurt than it is anything like ice cream. Imagine really cold, thick yogurt, but not frozen yogurt, because frozen yogurt's also different, because frozen yogurt in fruits involves fruit substitute and stuff like that. Custard is basically the second healthiest version of anything. Frozen yogurt, obviously, is the most healthy. It has the most healthy ingredients in it. It's got a very low amount of sugar in it. But custard is just a bit healthier than, or just a bit less healthy than frozen yogurt. Is it yellow? Is custard yellow? No, custard is the color of whatever it is. For instance, vanilla custard is like a beigeish white, off-white color. Chocolate custard is still going to be brown. Why do people always think yellow when they hear egg? I never understand. Egg is not default yellow. In fact, most of the goodness that you get out of an egg is clear. The good part of the egg, or the more functional part of the egg, is clear. Not even white, it's clear. The yolk, yeah. But that's a small part of the egg. That's not even the major part of the egg. Or in fact, that's probably the least functional part of any chicken as far as cooking goes. Yolks are rarely used for like any kind of like wide variety of cooking. Egg whites are incredibly versatile. You can eat what with cinnamon? Eggs? I mean, I'm a fan of eating anything with cinnamon, so. You can't do the soft-boiled egg? Really? I'm a weird person. What about hard-boiled eggs then, Vlad? You like hard-boiled eggs? I love hard-boiled eggs so much. Too much, you could say. Get out of here. Yes. Oh. Do the heels. Do the healing dance. Very silly dodge. Very silly dodge again. Very silly dodges. Got him. Yeah, sorry, Laura. We end up devolving into food topics quite often, actually. Quite often, actually. Dude. Get out of here. Alice, your name is yellow. Why is your name yellow? It's deeply confusing to me. And I want, Alice especially, I want you to know this, because I know this is you're gonna appreciate this more than everybody else. So, it's no doubt that Alice speaks with like the owl face typeface. Like she uses the OVO. And the best part about it is, hilariously enough, when Alice writes that stuff, I actually read it as OVO. What? I thought I made it through in time. Milk with rice? Oh yeah, milk with rice is great. Honey and milk, great combination. There's so many good food combinations. And growing up in a household of like food, the combinations we came up with on a regular basis, and even just like out on my own, the combinations that I came up with food were just ridiculous. I always read it as ovo. Like when she popped in with the yellow name, I didn't read it as like owl face. I read it as ovo. And what you could consider the cutest part of it is this is perfectly normal to me now. It's just perfectly normal to me now. I don't think anything of it other than, well, it's just Alice coming into chat. Ovo. There we go. We're all good. I still visualize an owl face, for sure. Oh, Jesus, and now everybody's on there. No! Pentastoned? Yeah, that's true. I became a rock boy. Oh, you're the cute one. Well, sometimes. Sometimes, maybe. Whoop! Sometimes, maybe, always monsters. Get out of my way. I wish tables were that breakable in real life. Get out of here. Oh, the souls. Hee-wee. Oh, we've got the boyos out here, right? No, this is the rooftop section. White Eyebrow Man, welcome in, bud. Wolf Cub, holy crap, welcome in, bud. How you guys doing? Let me know your things. How are you both? Bye-bye. Hello. Oh. All right. Bye-bye. Wait, what? If I put my plate on the table, I don't want it to break. Maybe you don't. Oh, because I was smashing the tables. Gotcha. Buffalo Box, welcome in as well. Long time no see. Holy crap, welcome back in, bud. I can't wait to see it, Alice. I can't honestly wait to see it. Rough. Bye-bye. I got two guys coming up on this one, don't I? Or is it just the one this time? I thought it was two. Maybe there's another one that spawns at the far end. Rough, rough. Hey Penta, what made you start Twitch and YouTube? What do I start? A long time ago. Almost 8 years ago. 7.5 years ago, I played a lot of StarCraft 2. And a lot of StarCraft. And sort of ended up figuring out that there were ways to play for people, which led me to streaming on a place called Blip TV before Twitch and Justin TV were even really a big thing. I was one of their competitors. They are no longer a site that is even alive anymore, but I streamed on Blip for a long time doing StarCraft 2. And then eventually started playing a lot of indie games to cover them because there were a couple that I thoroughly enjoyed, namely Super Meat Boy for the Xbox 360 and Binding of Isaac and Braid. This guy's gonna be a dick, isn't he? And eventually I stopped doing that, stopped streaming both StarCraft and everything else after a very long time, several years. And then I took a 1.5 year break while I was working and doing other such things and dying in Dark Souls. And then out of boredom and the inability to stream at the time due to equipment and stuff like that, I started up YouTube, planning to do the similar thing of covering indie games and such like that. And after about 2 years of doing that, I started streaming again because I had the equipment to do it. And it's real boring, I know. And then yeah, I've been on and off YouTube and Twitch since then, as far as like what my priority for them was. You know, my priorities YouTube, my priorities Twitch, my priorities YouTube, my priorities Twitch, so on and so forth. Oh, Jesus. Here I am, trying to be respectful and look at chat, and I'm getting assassinated by minions. Ooh, clock changes tonight? Really? What level are we? 86, 89? 87. Directly in between those. You played StarCraft 2? Yes, for a very long time. I don't anymore. What do I have planned for 10K on YouTube? Surprisingly enough, and for the longest time I had the same plan. I don't know if it's the same anymore, just because YouTube has kind of not been the structure lately. But for the longest time, my plan on YouTube for 10K was to finally release my, like, definitive top 10 games of all time. Like my top 10, the definitive 10 that everybody's always wanted. They're like, well, you'll release your top 10 Final Fantasy games and you'll release the top 10 Binding of Isaac familiars that follow you around in the game, but what are your 10 favorite games? Or what do you think of the 10 best games, etc., etc.? So that's always been the plan. Still might be. That video will take a very long time to make, because I've already written the script, and this was like a year ago that I wrote the script for it, so I might have to change it a little bit, but I wrote the script a year ago, and generally I have a strict criteria for writing those lists. I usually try to keep my entries within, 45 seconds as a maximum, every now and then, depending on the context of the list, a minute maximum for each entry. Some of the script writing for these were like 2.5, 3 minutes a piece. So it's going to be a long video. Long time to make. What was the last StarCraft 2 campaign you played? If you played the campaigns, that is. I did a lot of, like, competitive stuff. I was a diamond player. I played competitive for the majority of my time playing it, but campaigns, I don't honestly remember my last campaign I played. If I can be perfectly honest, I don't remember. It was probably one of them in Heart of the Swarm. I don't remember which one, though. I could not switch my target for some reason. There we go. Maybe he was just like off kilter or something. Ooh, nice little parry there, bud. Give me that heal. Give me that sweet, sweet, you bitch. Wow, the gall and the balls on this, sir. I already know the one spot. Spoiler alert. It's probably Spelunky. Yeah, the one everybody's been wondering is what's the number one. You missed almost everything because of buffering. I'm so sorry, Wolf Cub. We're running crystal clear here. We haven't dropped a single frame on my end. It's either Twitch or your internet connection or something like that, bud. I'd recommend maybe refreshing. Marshy Twitch as well. Thank you for stopping in. How you doing? I am subscribed to you on YouTube. My favorite YouTube Penta. Thank you. I completely missed you. I apologize for that. I like Penta on Twitch the most. Me too. Me too. Oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we're not going to go up there. I don't feel like fighting those guys. Did you watch the last Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon trailer? Nope. I've heard about Rainbow Rocket, though. I have heard about Rainbow Rocket. I haven't watched it, but I've heard some things. Terran Zerga Protoss, dude, Protoss. My origins were in Zerg in Brood War. Moved to Protoss in Wings of Liberty. Because the gameplay, or the playing field of the playing field of them changed quite heavily. Zerg became more focused on... I don't even know how to word it. Zerg just got real weird. Once Wings of Liberty came out. It wasn't like Zerg got worse or anything. A common misconception. It's not like Zerg got worse. If anything, Protoss just got better. Nobody co-oped at all on the run. You haven't got the chance to watch the YouTube. No, in fact, I'm almost completely against summoning people at all in Dark Souls. I'm completely out. Shit. We're just about to get our shortcut back anyway. But we got Javelin Boy up there to deal with. I gotta keep up with you guys. You guys are moving so fast today. Protoss move confirmed. God, I'm so unhappy about this. Now, what I should do is I should just rush the freaking elevator that's up there. If I was a smart boy, I would totally just run. No, I can't heal. It's just instinct now. I can't believe how stupid I am, man. I should have just rushed the elevator. I have to go all the way back through that instead of just taking the shortcut up. Oh, right at the top of that right at the top of that staircase, there's an elevator all the way back. Oh, right there. That would have been so delicious. Bye, Belina. Thanks for hanging out. Post it on Discord. I will look at it as soon as we're done. We're going to be wrapping up here probably as soon as we beat Lorien and Lothric, even though I'm playing like trash. I just don't want to go all the way back up there, man. It's such a pain. Since this is a samurai. We've already established, Buffalo, as you've already admitted you haven't been here the whole time. We already established we're a Ronin. There is no honor. We're a Ronin. Ronin are masterless samurai with limited honorable traits. They still have their own self-honor, but the code of the samurai isn't completely 100% viable. Mostly just to appease the playthrough and not make us grind over and over and over again, because that would be not fun to watch. I would like to beat, let's be honest, I would like to beat Lorien and Lothric first. I also skipped the elevator, which is my fault. I am the worst Dark Souls player. What build did I go for as Protoss? The word that, or the terminology that we used back then was high function. It was an assault-based build, pretty much gas up out the gate, and it was like a Zerg rush build without the Zerg. Which, hilariously enough, in Heart of the Swarm, for some reason, even though the focus on that was Zerg, was easier than in Brood War for Zerg as a Protoss. Mostly because of the maps. Maps made it a lot easier. Dude, I don't remember. It's been 7 years. I'm gonna be real honest. It's been 7 years. I don't even remember. I have a hard enough time remembering freaking item names in games that I'm playing this week. I'm so fucking mad. Ugh. Bye, Wolf Cub. Oh. I'm so tired. Ugh. Been up since 1 in the morning. My sleep schedule's all kinds of weird. We can do this. I might just run past. Back? You missed me, Lack? I didn't realize you left. Which is normally the case. Welcome back, bud. Yeah, he had a sparkly sword because he enchanted it. Or augmented it, rather. I hate that there's 4 of these sons of bitches, man. Bye, Lucy. Thank you so much for stopping back. I absolutely missed you. Missed you more than you know. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? No, there's a fire right after this. I also have 185,000 souls. Where did I get 185,000 souls? In all seriousness, where did I get 185,000 souls?
Ashen one.
Welcome home, Ashen.
Just killed a lot, I guess, right? Andres Lopez, welcome in, bud. How you doing? Killed a boss, maybe? The last boss I killed was Yorm, and I used all those souls. I did sell a lot, but I thought I used them all up. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Should we make our health bar as big as possible? Oh, we're gonna go up.
Farewell, Ashen.
Killing, dying, killing. True. That's also very solid. Penta, if you like Magic and Dark Souls, because I know people that don't like it, which game system do you like most out of the series? As far as Magic, Dark Souls 2 is the best. 100%. As far as everything else as in the game, Dark Souls 2 is the worst. But if you're talking just Magic systems, Dark Souls 2 is easily the best because of hexes, especially because of hexes. The Hex Mage is easily probably the most powerful build you can make in a Dark Souls game. As we showcased in our Dark Souls 2 playthrough, Hex Mages were incredibly broken. So we're just about to fight him. We're just about to fight Lothric and Lorien. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Chat, give me your luck on this first try, boys. First try, boys.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords.
Welcome in, mediocre pixels. Welcome in, bud. Glad to see you, man.
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Everybody go follow Mediocre Pixels on Twitter. Absolutely. Is a fantastic artist. Fantastic artist. Deserves your support. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little blowing moon and a man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. Probably a bad song for this fight. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Tried to roll. Failed to roll. Ooh, he hit me. He did hit me. This boss is a butthole? You think Aldrich was the hardest? My dad had a lot of trouble on Aldrich. My dad had a lot of trouble on Aldrich and Wolnir.
Dear brother, I'm on my way.
And in all fairness, I think that's the hard part of the fight. It sounds really stupid, but I think that's the hard part of the fight.
My brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince.
First try, boys. Let's do it.
Rise if you would.
Just gotta make sure
For that is our curse.
we avoid all the magic bolts we can, because they will stun lock me with my low poise, pretty much. My build will not be able to take too much hits, or too many hits. Delta, my man! Welcome in, bud. Alright. Roll. Stay on your toes. Keep behind him. Whack him in the buttocks. It's good. Gonna do the DLC before the last boss, after last boss. I mean, let's be fair here. Ooh, shit, that's what I'm talking about. I got a little stun lock there. That depends on what chat thinks. If you guys, and obviously no spoilers, if you think it's worthwhile to do Ring City and Ashes of Ariandel, ooh, stupid attack. If you think it's worthwhile to do Ashes of Ariandel and the Ring City post Soul of Cinder, let me know. If you think it's worth it to do them after, also let me know. Because either way, I'm fine with it. I just don't recall whether or not it's the, as far as the lore is concerned, if it's worthwhile
Dear brother.
going through them first. I'd imagine going through them before Soul of Cinder is the smart choice. That's just my imagination, obviously.
Mark my words, Ashen One. You remain among the accursed.
Praise the sun. Praise the sun. First try. One shot. Let's do it. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm the king now. You little bastards. A chair costs you half your health. Right?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, romantic. Most emotional boss cutscene, I think is what you meant there. Definitely the most emotional boss fight cutscene. Well, Sif. I think Sif holds a candle to that argument. It's time for a change of scenery. Soul of Cinder is the best fight in the Dark Souls series. Soul of Cinder is one of those fights that hit me on an emotional level.
Good news, we're not dying. We are going to live forever.
I didn't say that.
Similar
I just said we're not
similar to
filled with
Gwyn.
scumbas.
Like, honestly, Gwyn finishing Dark Souls 1 and like going through all of it, going through every last little thing, going through Orni and Smo, going through the Four Kings, having to take down Sif, going through all of that shit, making it through the kiln of the first flame, walking in to see Gwyn just ready for you. No cutscene, no need for any of that bullshit. Just ready to protect the fire. Like the fight against Gwyn was so good. Ishmore PUBG, welcome in, bud. How you doing? And Soul of Cinder has that same feeling, especially when the keys... I don't want to spoil it. I can't. I'm not going to spoil the final boss. For the people that haven't seen the ending... actually, this is just perfect to say this. For anybody who hasn't seen Dark Souls 3 past where I am, I highly urge you to not watch if you're planning on playing it yourself. Because we are nearing the end of the game. That goes for you, Dad. I know you're in here. That goes for you as well. You might not think you're ever going to finish it, but you will. You're actually, like, right where I am. Hilariously enough, you're right where I am. Because you're on Lothric and Lorien. So you should stop watching now. You should quit. You should sign out, log out, grab a beer, and watch some TV. Because as much as I love you, chat, and everybody in chat, the only person here that I would be deeply, 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 deeply hurt if I spoiled this game is my dad. More than anybody. I am actually kicking my father out of my chat. I don't want to spoil it for you, Dad. I really don't. This is... And I know you would leave by your own accord. I know you would. Because... Bye, Dad. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll call you probably tomorrow, maybe? If you're up in the morning. Which generally you would be. The reason why I'm doing that... And this is for everybody. I don't care if you want to hang out. I do not care. If you don't want this game, so we're heading into the last like 3 bosses of the game. This is like the final part of the game. Do not be here if you plan on playing Dark Souls yourself. Like seeing some of the Lords of Cinder is not really spoilery. Seeing some of the side bosses and stuff like that isn't too bad. But these last couple bosses are like big deals, especially because we're going to Archdragon Peak next. We're going to Archdragon Peak now. Because I want to go at least try to get to Archdragon Peak before we end up signing off for the stream. What are spoilers anyway? Spoilers are pretty much seeing, hearing, or learning something about a piece of media, a book, a movie, a game, something like that, that will ruin your experience by knowing it. So, learning the ending of Kingdom Hearts before you played it yourself, when you planned on playing it yourself, is a spoiler. And I love my dad. He would have left by his own choice anyway. The reason why is because he's playing through Dark Souls 3 right now, and the next biggest fan of Dark Souls, to me, is my dad. We both played through Dark Souls 1 together, like side by side, watching each other, learning from each other. My dad is like my gamer bud. He is one of my best friends. I have a lot of friends that are jealous of my dad and mine's relationship, especially with Dark Souls and Spelunky and stuff like that, where we played side by side. So I would feel endless amounts of sorrow if I spoiled it for him. We've talked about like later parts of the game before he got there, but there's where we're going now is like the place of no return. Just a metaphorical or a rhetorical question. Ah, gotcha. Nameless King? Godbird, is that who you're talking about? Nameless King? Yeah. This is the fight that I don't want my dad to see. I forgot to open that. This is the one. Except I forgot where I was. It's right out to the left, isn't it? Or is it straight out here? I don't remember, guys. I'm just a brain-dead dummy. Nameless King felt too easy for you. That's a surprising thing to hear. Most people would disagree quite heavily about that, saying that he might have been one of the hardest bosses in the game. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Gotta really... You just finished SteamWorld Dig 2? Eben, don't tell me about it. Actually, you know what? Tell me how you thought about what you thought about the game. Do not tell me anything past where I was. So the last place I was is I was going through the... Not the ruins, but you know, the temple I was going through. So what did you think of the rest of the game? That's where I was last. I was going through the temple. And Alice, I did get your message. I'm going to be honest, it depends on who's online. Just because I typically do that for people that I'm very, very comfortable doing it with. However, depending on who's online, I will be more than happy to do it. There it is. And as far as Delta, I could not agree more. He's a freaking masochist. He's a freaking masochist. Also, Buffalo, yes, that's a great point. That is a great point that I want to make. Soul of Cinder, the last boss of Dark Souls 3. I'm only saying the name. You guys you don't know what the boss fight is if you haven't seen it before, but the last boss of 3 is incredibly impactful for people who've played since 1, Dark Souls 1, and way less impactful for people who haven't played since then. In fact, I would say not impactful at all for people who haven't played 1 for a very specific reason. That's a lot of Dark Souls fights, though, Godbirdie. Handled its areas, SteamWorld Dig 2. I actually liked how it handled its areas in 2. Mediocre Pixels, you gotta play SteamWorld Dig, it's so good. That's another game my dad and I have a lot in common with and played a lot together. So, we will be wrapping up here once we get to our first fire at Nameless, at the Archdragon Peak. However, depending on how tomorrow goes, we might wrap up Dark Souls 3 main story tomorrow. Nameless King, Ancient Wyvern, and Soul of Cinder, and then move into the DLC probably. I might... Man, I don't know what to do with the DLC. I don't know if I should do it before, because, like, Ashes of Ariandel doesn't really affect the story at all. So that would be a safe one to do beforehand. You know what? We'll start with Ashes of Ariandel. Before we fight the Soul of Cinder, let's start with Ashes of Ariandel. And then, depending on what I hear from either you guys or I might ask a couple of other people, depending on what I hear about Ring City, because I know Ring City is apparently a massive lore bomb. It wraps up the story pretty well. Depending on what I hear, we might save that until after Soul of Cinder, which would sound kind of weird. I understand that's a little weird to do a DLC area after the regular game. I know that's kind of a strange thing to hear, but... What do I think is the best choice for the Nameless King's soul? I'm actually not going to answer that, because there's some lore shit in the items you get from him that people here might not know about yet. So I'm not going to say anything about those yet. And also, the same goes for the armor set that you get. That's all I'm going to say, is that there is an armor set. But I won't say what armor set, I won't tell people what, whose it was, etc., etc. Who the Nameless King was. Let's keep that stuff out of chat for now. Dude, you're actually the fastest being known to man. I've never seen anybody move as fast as you. I'm scared of how fast you move. And I'm a goddamn samurai. Gonna go for the sake of spoilers. Alright, Lack, we will see you soon. We're gonna be wrapping up as soon as we hit a bonfire, so you're not gonna miss too much. Hopefully, Lack, hopefully, once Dark Souls 3 is wrapped up in the next couple streams, depending on how hard Ring City and Ashes are for us. Ashes of Ariandel wasn't very hard my first time going through it. However, the last boss gave me a freaking nightmare of a time. That's for sure. And the last boss was a goddamn maniac. There it is. Oh, Buffalo. Completely agree. Completely agree. I was in tears for the last boss. I was in tears for the last boss. But now I feel like we're building it up too much. Now I feel like people are gonna expect too much out of the fight. All right. Let's first and foremost let's check who's online that I know. And actually, hold on. Alice, we might be in good luck. Doesn't look like anybody.